Hey there, my fellow lunatics. Dakon the Mad here, and Core Keeper has a new roadmap. Let's take a look at it. This is great. So right here, we can see the roadmap, and we can see what they've already done up to 0.5.2 with the Quality of Love update. And this is everything we've already had, but who cares? Let's take a look at what's coming. We've got the CK anniversary coming out on March 8th. Awesome. Don't know what's in that yet, but we're going to dive into that a little bit more in just a second. Then we've got the Cherry Blossom Festival update also coming in March. We've got the Easter event is going to be a new update. Looks like they're going to add to the Easter event. That's in April. The animal update. All right. I wonder what that's going to be. Hopefully that means pets. Pets would be really fun. Maybe something like a taming system or something kind of like Conan Exiles where, you raise the pet, you like get the cub and raise it up. That would be really cool. And the Crystal Biome. We already knew the Crystal Biome was coming, but it's nice to see it's still on the roadmap. And more to come. That means this is not the end. We've got more before full release. So, awesome. Let's take a look at the details. All right, so here we have the 2023 roadmap details. First things first, we've got the anniversary event. All right, looks like this is going to be the 1-year anniversary since the release of Core Keeper into early access, which is going to be on March 8th. And with that, they're going to be adding all new seasonal items like birthday hats and a cake. And then a new music sheet for Terraria. Awesome. I love this collaboration between them and the Terraria development team. That's really cool. I love seeing these indie games together. So this looks like it's going to be a minor update. I'll bet you it's just going to be like the seasonal stuff for the anniversary, maybe a few little patches here and there, but I wouldn't expect anything major with this update. Next, we have the Cherry Blossom Festival. So what do they have to say about it? They say that we are especially fond of the beautiful cherry blossom season that occurs around late March to early April and covers huge parts of the country in a wash of pink petals. So I bet you we're going to get this update sometime in late March. Since the roadmap says it's March, I'm guessing we're probably going to get it on the last week of March. What's going to be in this update? Well, they say that in this festival, there's going to be a mini event. And that is literally all that they tell us here. So if I had to place some guesses, I would say that we're going to get a new NPC. We're going to get probably some monsters that maybe change, or maybe some sort of scavenger hunt kind of thing that we have to do. I'm not anticipating a boss with the Cherry Blossom Festival, although it would be nice to get another seasonal boss. I do love those seasonal bosses. Speaking of seasonal bosses, we've got the Easter seasonal event as well that's coming in April. And they've mentioned here that they're basically updating the Easter event to bring it more on par with what we've got from Valentine's Day and Christmas, which is nice because the Easter event is literally just a boss fight. So having a little bit more, having an NPC, having some loot, having some new items, stuff like that, that'd be really great to get added to that seasonal event. I'm looking forward to it. And then we've got the big one. The animal update. What does this one have in it? All right, so they're excited that this is going to be their next major content update. So this is the next big one. Everything before that is just going to be little balance patches, little fixes here and there, as well as bringing out those new seasonal events. So we shouldn't expect anything major until the animal update. But what are we going to get in the animal update? It says that they're working on a brand new pet mechanic, allowing players to discover, hatch, and care for a variety of friendly critters. So yeah, that does sound like kind of like the Conan Exiles thing. You find the cub, or you find its egg, or maybe like Ark, where you get the baby or you get the egg or whatever, and then you have to raise it, and you have to hatch it, and you have to feed it and care for it. That's going to be really neat. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be fun. Hopefully the pets will provide some sort of cool buff, like maybe pets that can tank creatures for you, or pets that like spit stuff, poison or acid. I really hope that the pets have just a lot of really cool features. What kind of features would you like to see from the animal update? Please leave a comment below and tell me what you're excited about when it comes to these new animals. Alongside the addition of new content and mechanics, we'll be making lots of game-wide improvements and adjustments with this update. Makes sense. It's a major content update. We want each individual to have a unique experience when exploring the underground, and we've been keeping a very close eye on how you, as a community, are actually playing the game. That's good. It's nice to know that they're in tune with us. Well, let's see. We'll find out when this update comes out, right? But you know what? They probably are, because I'll be honest, I've communicated with several of the devs, and they're really cool people, and they definitely are paying attention. They're active on Discord, and they're active in the community. So they're not just some corporate shell sitting there in their own little ivory tower making the decisions. They are engaging and listening with us. So I really hope that's gonna show in this update. To that end, we'll be revisiting and refining existing content to really enrich the in-game experience, paying special attention to the ways in which we can make the world feel more alive through features like environmental responses and fleshed out combat.
So that includes cave-ins and new features such as a parry mechanic for shields. All right, so we've got cave-ins. That sounds really neat. I think it would also be kind of cool if we had like maybe flooding. That would also be kind of cool, especially if, like, let's say the acid flooded and now all the ground is doing acid damage. That would be really neat. Fleshed out combat, including a new parry system. That's great, because I don't really use the shield because it's just not as good as using other things for the offhand item. So a parry mechanic could make shields much more viable. I hope that in this update, we get changes to robot arms, so that we can finally control what goes in them. And I hope we finally get the ability to rotate a bunch of things like chests or beds or other cosmetic items that we haven't been able to rotate before. What kind of updates do you want to see? Leave a comment below, and we'll see what predictions are true and which ones are not. Next, we've got the Crystal Biome. Well, we already knew the Crystal Biome existed. It was on the old roadmap, and there's really nothing more to add to it except for them to say that since this is a whole new biome with new crafting material, equipment, enemies, bosses, etc., they're taking their time. And that really doesn't surprise me. They're going to take their time on it. They're going to make sure that they do it right. And plus, I would love to see where the Crystal Biome is going to go. You know, is it going to be in those little ovals that we keep seeing pop up in the various biomes, like the desert and Azios' wilderness? Or is it going to be an entirely new map? Let me know what you think. Finally, the last thing they talk about is their pricing. Looks like the price is going up. Well, for those of us who already have the game, that's not going to be a big deal. We've already bought it. But if you haven't bought the game yet, you're going to want to get it now before the price goes up. And the price is going to go up after the animal update. Now, we don't know when the animal update's coming, but it's a fair guess that it's going to be sometime in the middle of the year, considering what their timeline is already looking like so far. So my guess is it's going to be sometime between June and August. So if you want this game, get it now. And that's everything in the roadmap, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Are you excited? What are you hoping to see in all of these upcoming events? What do you hope that we're going to get? And leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Until next time, stay crazy.